Taking your Toyota Prius to a racetrack is a dumb idea, but not as dumb as you'd think. Yes, it's slow, but the 4th generation Prius handles better and is more fun than you'd expect. Kind of like our old friend Bruce from accounting, still rocking that Iron Maiden t-shirt.
That's thrilling news for the tiny minority of Prius drivers who long for better handling, but it does raise an important question. Have edgier styling and sprightlier road manners eroded the Prius's essential Priusness?
For the answer, let's consult the good book of EPA estimated fuel economy stats. Yeah, that's pretty efficient. A doubly impressive feat considering the Prius runs on regular grade gasoline. The numbers look even better in the Prius Eco model. Supporting such thriftiness is a slippery 0.24 drag coefficient that bests the last Prius's already impressive 0.25 figure. With some hard facts on the table, let's get subjective.
I usually try to stay hands-off where styling is concerned because you know what you like, but man, there was some crazy styling action happening back there.
The nose is a melange of sharp lines and creases, the tail is similarly stylized and some might say ungainly, and the center console looks like a stormtrooper's codpiece. Maybe you appreciate the net effect, maybe you don't. Either way, the Prius will not be ignored. Despite a confining vibe created by the dipping roofline, backseat passengers enjoy plentiful headspace, while the middle position qualifies as reasonably inhabitable. Regardless of where you sit, nicely contoured seats, improved materials, aside from the headliner, and a maximum 27.4 cubic feet of cargo space behind the rear seats make this the most inviting Prius yet.
I will toss out 2 interior complaints, however. The cushions for the armrests are thin and there's a hard base underneath, making these marginally comfortable places to place your elbows. A great place if you want to work up a powerful bruise. Oh, ow, why am I doing this to myself? Oh, it's so painful, ow. And the visors don't extend. In this case, there is a lot of space for the sun to blind you. Maybe Toyota assumed you would cover it with an NPR tote bag. Yeah, I know, it's a hateful stereotype of Prius owners.
On a positive note, the Prius features standard Smart Flow air conditioning that improves cabin comfort and fuel efficiency by prioritizing airflow to occupied seats. Speaking of vehicle efficiency, the driver can monitor it in various ways via one of 2 4.2-inch displays mounted atop the dash, the other highlighting details like speed and fuel status.
If you've ever driven a car, it's a little odd looking there instead of there for the speed, but I promise you will adapt.
Opening the hood unveils a world of technology. With a 1.8-liter gasoline engine and 2 electric motor generators, the Prius's hybrid powertrain develops a modest total of 121 horsepower. Though the base trim uses a carryover nickel metal hydride unit, electrons in all other Prius trims are managed by a compact lithium-ion battery pack, facilitating city economy well beyond 50 miles per gallon.
The price for such efficiency is a lackadaisical 0 to 60 time of about 10 seconds. Even so, if you drive any Los Angeles freeway long enough, you will eventually see a Toyota Prius rocketing along at ludicrous speed. The lesson? If you want to drive your Prius like a maniac, you still can. It just takes a little patience.
When not breaking city circuit lap times, a smooth ride, subdued interior noise, and near seamless propulsion make for pleasant journeys. We're somewhat put off by the Prius's tendency to wander on the freeway, but our biggest dynamic complaint is reserved for brakes that feel artificial despite a new active hydraulic booster.
Blending electric regenerative brakes with the decelerative power of brake pads is tricky. I get that, but after 4 generations of Prius, you'd hope for the brakes to be a little bit better dialed in, if only to make it easier to trail brake on a racetrack. Or to stop smoothly.
California's obsession might imply otherwise, but you don't have to buy a Prius to save fuel. For example, you could also buy the smaller and cheaper Prius C, or the larger, more expensive Prius V. Beyond Prius land, hybrid versions of the Kia Optima, Hyundai Sonata, Toyota Camry, Chevrolet Malibu, and Ford Fusion each offer improved efficiency in a more mainstream package. If you're willing to dabble in grander electrification, the Nissan Leaf, BMW i3, and Chevy Volt are each worth a look. In priciest form, the Toyota Prius rings in at nearly $31,000, but for $25,000, you can still get a base Prius 2 trim, 8 airbags, a backup camera, fabric seats, LED headlights, passive entry with push-button start, and a 6-speaker audio system with Bluetooth and a USB port. Higher trims add fancier features like wireless phone charging, a cargo cover, heated faux leather seats, and N-Tune infotainment with navigation and a 7-inch touchscreen replacing the base car's 6.1-inch unit. Sadly, Apple CarPlay or Android Auto are not available on the Prius, or any Toyota. Available as a standalone package on higher trims is Safety Sense, which bundles automatic high beam control, lane departure warning with steering assist, dynamic cruise control that can bring the vehicle to a complete stop, and a pre-collision system with automatic braking and pedestrian detection.
There's also an automatic parking system that, with the push of a single button, will identify and steer you into a parking spot, thus freeing your attention to look at all the people that are admiring or at least scrutinizing your audaciously styled Prius. Needs more beeping.